Believe it or not, we're just over 1 year away from when the Euros kick off and qualifiers start in March. So I thought it'd be the perfect time to have a look at the upcoming tournament, see what we know so far. So let's get right into it, starting with number 1, the host nation. Three-time winners Germany are a host for the 2024 Euros. They were chosen to stage the 17th edition of the UEFA European Championships at the UEFA Executive Committee meeting in Nyon on the 27th September 2018. Turkey was the only competition, being the only other nation to bid to host the Euros. And Germany are no strangers to hosting big tournaments. They hosted the World Cup in 2006 and the Euros was hosted in West Germany in 1988. But this will be the first time Germany's hosted the European Championship since reunification. A brilliant choice for me. Germany know how to host a great tournament. Number 2, stadiums. Germany has tons of great stadiums purposely built for football, and we'll see lots of familiar ones at the Euros, including the Allianz Arena and the BVB Stadion. In total, 10 hosts have been selected across Germany. But by far the most historic venue is Berlin's Olympiastadion. It's the biggest venue at a capacity of 70,000 and has staged every German Cup final since 1985, as well as high-profile games on the continental and intercontinental stage. Berlin hosted the 2006 World Cup final between Italy and France. 9 years later, Barcelona beat Juventus at the Olympiastadion to win the 2015 UEFA Champions League. So naturally, Berlin will host the 2024 Euros final to keep up this tradition. Aside from the three mentioned, some of my personal favourites I'm looking forward to are the Leipzig Stadium and the Stuttgart Arena, both brilliant footballing stadiums. Number 3, the tournament format. So I suppose the big question is, how many teams will be at the Euros? Well, there'll be 24 teams at the Euros. Germany will automatically qualify as host nation, leaving 23 spots left. The 23 spots will be decided by the Euro qualifiers, which start from March in 2023 to November, and via the playoffs, which will be in March next year. In terms of the format, it will be exactly the same as 2020. The top 2 teams go through to the last 16 and they're joined by the 4 best third place teams in the groups. You'll then have a last 16 round, a quarterfinals, semis and a final. Number 4, qualifying. So what does qualifying look like? Well, quite traditionally, the UEFA nations have been put into 10 groups of either 5 or 6 teams, and they'll play each other home and away, and the winners and runners-up will qualify automatically for the Euros. And the remaining 3 teams will be decided through the playoffs. 12 teams will compete in the playoffs, and they'll be picked out based on how they did in the Nations League in 2022 and 2023. We've got some very intriguing groups with a nice mix of heavyweight clashes like Italy versus England in Group C and Netherlands versus France in Group B. And the race for second place will likely be the highlights in Group F, I and J. And before any football's played, it always seems quite easy, doesn't it, to pick who's going to be at the Euros, but I bet you there's going to be some shocks and surprises as we start getting into the games. Definitely look forward to see how the games progress. Aside from the top 5 or 6 teams, I'm really intrigued to see how Norway get on in Group A. I'm really intrigued to see who'll get that second place spot in Group I. It's going to be brilliant. Number 5, the key dates. The Euros are due to start on the 14th of June with the final taking place on the 14th of July 2024. Other key dates to look out for are the playoff semi-finals, which will be the 21st of March 2024, and of course the playoff final, which will be on the 26th of March. And finally, the Euro draw to determine which group all the nations are in will take place in December this year. The Euros is always an excellent competition, isn't it? And I'm really looking forward to 2024. As for me, I'm back in England to finally bring football home, especially after how disappointed we were when we lost to Italy in 2021. But that's just me with my English bias. Who do you think is going to win the tournament? Let me know in the comments. As always, please make sure you like this video and subscribe if you'd like more international football content, and I'll chat to you again soon.